guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the third generation of the Toyota Innova, known as the Innova HyCross in India. In Indonesia, it's known as the Innova Zen X. But before we reach this car, let me show you this awesome car perfume from Involve Your Senses. This is the Involve Gel Can Botanical Garden. It's a very nice soothing fragrance which gives you a forest trip feel. And obviously this is made in India, smells amazing and suits cars like this, the Innova HyCross. Now straight away, let's actually open the engine bay. A lot has changed in this car, okay? The whole architecture of the Innova has changed completely. Oh my god, the engine bay is completely empty. It's a brand new car, so very clean. But look at this, super duper empty. There's insulation there, now no gas struts, and you know what? The design is actually inspired by the Highlander. However, it looks similar, both exterior and interior, to the Voxy and also another Toyota MPV, which I'll talk about when I'm driving. So it's not like Toyota went ahead and made a complete fresh design for the Innova. They've taken parts from here and there and like splashed it all over. The lights are all LED units. In fact, there are 3 LEDs. This is for the high beam. The high beam is not on. This is for the low beam, sort of, I think, parking light. But the DRL is here, which turns on when the car is, basically the handbrake is down and when obviously you're not on high beam. So otherwise, this is sort of the DRL, you can say, parking light. You get front parking sensors. There's a towing hook here. The DRL also doubles up as the indicator, which Toyota says first in the segment. This is something basic which many cars do, so there's nothing revolutionary there. Oh my god, lights are really very bright. You get this chrome treatment, you get this nice big fat grille with the Toyota logo here, of course, and a front camera as well. Okay, the fog lights are placed right there. And you won't believe it that this car has gone really very upmarket. The whole architecture has been changed. It's actually wider by 20 mm when compared to the Innova Crysta, but the height is the same as the Crysta. The ground clearance is also the same as the Crysta. Let me quickly show you the wheels of this car. Okay, they have become bigger, so 18-inch wheels, sort of chrome treatment on it, 225, 50, 18. So low profile tires, like really low profile tires, which is not needed on an MPV, but Toyota is like, show is more important. So we all remember that with 17-inch wheels, the Innova Crysta's tires were like going. But still, anyways, the Crysta still comes with 16 and 17-inch options. Now, they need a bigger sidewall. Obviously, chrome alloy wheels look nice. There's a lot of gap between the wheel and the body, and you get body side cladding as well. Hybrid written here, which is the typical Toyota font of writing. Now, the length has actually increased by 20 mm. However, the wheelbase has increased by 100 mm, and all that has gone in the interior to actually improve the space at the rear, which is a good thing because it's all about comfort and this car excels there. Now we have a camera here. Yes, it gets a 360-degree camera. You've got a light here as well. Chrome door handles with the request sensor here. You can see this aggressive cut and all. Again, it actually comes from the Highlander. The other Toyota car I was referring to, I think, is the Veloz or something of that sort. I don't remember because so many Toyota cars have inspired this particular car. Doors open decently wide. Doors are actually quite long, and then you get a sun blind here which you have to manually use. There you see, good thing. Door pockets are big enough, leather treatment and hard plastics everywhere, but they have used something similar what you have seen on the Crysta as well. In fact, you can hang 4 kgs stuff here. So there's a hook here. There's none on that side, unlike in the Innova Crysta wherein you have something you can push the seat ahead. It's not there here. Scooped out seat back, but the problem is now you can't put your leg or rather foot under the front seats because the battery is placed right there. Now, getting in and out is easy. Ground clearance remains the same. Approach angle, departure angle, all that remains the same. Seats get this quilting finishing, and these are leather seats, of course. And it also gets electric adjust. It also gets a ottoman, so which is something for better under thigh support as well as calf support. So you can just retract that. This is electric. With this up, trust me, you get a lot of comfort, and you can recline the seat using this button. So there, I'm reclining it. Yeah. So electric adjust for the rear seats. However, this is not electric. Moving the seat ahead or behind, which is actually a good thing. You know why? Because this is just so much faster. Anyways, to get to the rear, you can get in from the center, of course, or you can actually recline the seat like this and then get in. So getting in and out isn't that easy as, say, okay, I've just put this down for a moment. It's not as easy as the Innova Crysta. The Innova Crysta is just better in that regard. You get ISOFIX child seat mounts as well. We're just going to push this ahead. Now it's easier to get in, and then with this lever also you can push it ahead and behind. So people who are sitting in the last row can actually move around quite comfortably. Under thigh support is obviously poor. Last row. This is completely upright. This is reclined. So there's an angle for that as well. Now if I put this seat back, okay, here, pushed it back. Thing is that legroom and knee room is very poor. Under thigh support is not there only. It's knees up position. They expect 3 people to sit in. I don't know how. That is the slot for the seat belt. There's some storage space here, twin cup holder sort of thingy. Window area is not that big. There's a handle to hold on to. AC vents are placed here on the side. There is a handle to hold on to there. There is actually a 12-volt charging socket, some storage space here, 2 cup holders, and it gets a proper seat belt for the middle passenger. So this having the captain seats here means that this is a 7-seater, but it will be an 8-seater with a bench seat as well. However, the last row is not comfortable at all. I can obviously put the seat down like this, fold it completely flat, use this to pull it up, and then recline it as well. Yeah, recline angle makes things slightly better. All passengers get a proper head because they have proper headrest here, which is a good thing. Some warning and all right there. Last row is not that good. I'm not impressed by the last row. Let's just get out. You get a panoramic roof, which brings in a lot of airy feeling inside. You also get ambient lighting here. So certain things are really very impressive. AC vents have to be placed there. There's a hook there. There's a handle as well. Light placement here on the top. Let's get out. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle moving in and out in this car. Let me just push this behind there and let me just recline this. So seats are actually very comfortable in the second row. These captain seats are fantastic. I will not deny that fact. And I love the fact that it has got cup holders here. So I just pull it up like this. There, you can keep your phone here. 2 cup holders as well. And there are 2 USB-C charging sockets right there. AC vents are placed here. Yeah, in the center. Just turn it off. AC is actually a chiller. The only thing is now my foot collides with this, which means the space is not that great. With the non-hybrid variant, I think there will be better space because there will be no battery provision right there. And overall, like, seats are comfortable. Under thigh support won't be an issue. When I extend this ottoman, yeah, there it becomes better. But then I have to actually push the seat all the way behind, and then it's okay, comfortable. It's not as great as I expected, but then I'm quite tall as well. Headroom seems just about adequate. Maybe I'll recline the seat, it will become better. You've got magazine holders. Nothing is scooped out as such, and you can see a lot of color play here and there. Dashboard design, again, inspired from the cars I mentioned before. It looks quite nice actually, with a vertical sort of, I mean, everything's on the center console, which is both good and bad. I'll tell you why. Here you get height adjustable seat belts, 6 airbags in this car, and let me just get out from here. So rear seat has improved dramatically here because good amount of space. Just the last row is kind of useless, but that's something you expect. Fuel goes in right here, and the lights look quite nice. In fact, the design is something which they've done a fantastic job with. I really like it. It says Innova HyCross here. Says hybrid. ZX is the variant we are driving right now. Chrome treatment right there. There's a high mounted stop lamp here with a spoiler. There's a shark fin antenna as well. Faisal Khan's fingers of truth. Searching for the exhaust, which is, where is it? It is on the other side. It's actually visible from outside. Spare wheel is actually 16-inch and it is not an alloy, so cost cutting has been done there. You get rear parking sensors. You get a rear camera as well. There's a Toyota logo, of course, and sort of fake treatment here. These are reflectors, of course. By the way, the lights get LED treatment, only the brake light. This is halogen as well. So cost cutting has been evidently done, unfortunately. There are 2 towing hooks out. One is here, one is there as well. Let's open the boot, which is actually powered. So it gets a powered tailgate and there it goes up. It's a bit slow. This typical aerodynamic treatment, which they've been giving in a lot of their cars. Okay, boot is decent with all the rows up, but once you recline the seat like this, kind of folds flat and then increases the boot carrying capacity. That will not go down because that seat, okay, I can just push it. Oh my god, it's acrobats today. Here, I'm just going to push it ahead. Yeah, now I'm just going to put this down. There you go. Crysta is better in the last row. This should actually go back inside, so I have to manually put that. That's kind of weird. There's a headrest which has been slotted here in a proper position because center passenger gets a head, so you can put that there as well. That is the subwoofer. So yes, it gets a subwoofer. I'll talk about the audio system in a bit. There's a light placement here which you can turn on like that, and says Innova on the carpet. There's some storage space below as well, so jack is kept there, and Rose, I don't know where she is, and other toolkit bits, and obviously some storage space as well. So I press this button, power tailgate, and there it shuts. In fact, tire pressure monitoring and wireless charging pad are accessories and not standard, and some of the cars you would see have Innova written on the front. That's again accessory along with a lot of chrome and all. So this is the non-accessorized car. There are no accessories on this car. Now let's get inside. Before that, let me show you the key of the vehicle. This is to lock the car, this is to unlock the car, and this is to open the boot of the vehicle. It says Toyota Innova right there. Let's get inside. Again, quilted seats, beautiful looking, and it has got 8-way adjust for the driver. Only the driver actually gets electric adjust. The co-passenger does not get it. Proper dead pedal there, that is the brake. These are buttons for actually opening the hood as well as the fuel. This is for like automatic high beam assist. This is the headlight leveler. This is to open the boot of the vehicle. Now only the driver side power window switch is eliminated, but everything is one touch up and down. These are the controls for locking and unlocking the doors as well as the child lock function. These are for adjustment of the mirrors, of course. And yeah, memory seats for the driver seat. You've got 2 settings for the same as well. Door pockets are actually big enough, and you've got this sort of brown treatment everywhere. Let's get inside. Okay, now there are a lot of good bits which you will like a lot of features in this car. There's some storage space here, which is the apt place for this amazing perfume from Involve Your Senses. You know what is the best thing? It suits all weather conditions. So I just open it like this. Yep. And here I just close it like that. It just does not leak. It slots in right there, brings in a lot of airy feeling inside. So fantastic perfume, really very nice. Like suits cars like this, the Innova, also SUVs. Auto dimming mirror. There's some storage space here. There's a 12-volt charging socket right there. And you see the glove box. Well, it's decent size. This is a tracking device with which they track people where are they going, yeah, track race. So that's the trust they have with journalists. Anyways, glove box is decent size. You can see the dashboard looks quite good. Now I'm just going to turn off the indicator first thing. Here you got this leather sort of treatment, which is actually nice. So soft touch materials here, but hard plastics almost everywhere, like filled with hard plastics. So overall quality is very similar to the Crysta, which means it's not dead. Only thing is they have added this leather and all, which is good. This was auto dimming. I mean, this is auto dimming. These are controls for the lights here on the top, and this is also the control for the sunroof. So if I want to open the sunroof, I press this button. You have to keep it pressed for 2 seconds, and then it activates on its own, and there it opens. It brings in a lot of airy feeling, and then an Innova with a sunroof is like amazing. Oh my god, it goes even further, which is quite nice. So we're just going to shut this, which means that I have to press this button below. Yeah, there it is shutting, but they've given it a massive panoramic roof. Many people will buy this car just for this. There's a handle to hold on to here. There's a handle to hold on to on the driver's side. This is the microphone, and here you get a mirror along with a light. Same is the case here as well. You get a mirror along with a light. Tweeters are placed there. So the Innova Crysta actually had an 8-inch screen infotainment system with 6 speakers. This one has a 10.1-inch unit, and this has 9 speakers including a subwoofer. Nice. However, this is like an outsourced screen, which is kind of terrible, because firstly, let me get into reverse. The camera quality is absolutely terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. What do I say? It gets adaptive guidelines, of course, but the quality of the camera is really very bad. And some of the screen, because it's aftermarket unit also, it kind of feels out of place. Toyota's put no input in this. It has got Android Auto. I believe Apple CarPlay will also be there. Shortcut things for, like, you can change the wallpaper and all that stuff, which has the same wallpaper everywhere. Then there are themes. You can change the themes as well, which changes the color here. Just get into the lighter theme. And on the top, it's showing what is the radio and Bluetooth. I mean, it's such a basic screen. Not expected from Toyota at this price, but I'm just going to get into the camera view because you've got multiple views for the camera, and trust me on this, the camera is like really bad. Very bad camera. I don't know how they manage such a bad camera. Some physical controls for the audio system. AC vents placed here. These are the controls for the air conditioning. So here I'm just going to turn on the air conditioning. If I turn on the rear, then I can turn on the rear air conditioning as well. I'm just going to shut the rear AC. Actually, AC is a chiller, so it's got a dual zone air conditioning system. To turn it off, I have to, yeah, press this button. Yeah, okay, it's a little confusing at first, and then I just want to turn, okay, fun things first, off, rear off, then it turns off completely. So bit confusing to operate. This is the button for the ventilation for the front seats, so cooled front seats, which is nice. These are controls for the air conditioning. So physical controls here is nice actually. Then this gear lever is sort of mounted on the console, which is kind of vertical. Not that you need it anymore, because obviously you can get into auto mode like this and then shift if you so wish. Here you get an electric parking brake, auto hold function, drive mode selector. So when you get into the drive mode, it actually changes the color, and there are 3 drive modes, of course: eco, normal and power. So we just put it in normal, rather we put it in power. There's a pure EV mode, which is always unavailable because the battery is always low. Traction control button, and that's about it. So all the buttons are placed here. This is obviously for the 360-degree camera. Twin cup holders right here, one USB-C, one regular USB charging socket. This actually opens sideways, so some storage space there, and I think, no, it's not illuminated, it's not cooled either, and there's this carpet side sort of thing, doesn't move, and the co-passenger will have to struggle to open it and then jump over it to see what's exactly there. Steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rake, and you've got paddle shifters. Yep, these are actually the buttons for the screen there. Alright, this is for volume control, this is for voice command. Everything is mixed and matched. Rather than having all the controls for the audio system here, they have put some here. So if you want to go through various modes of listening to an audio, which is Bluetooth, radio and all, you have to press this button. These are the buttons for the cruise control, and obviously it's got adaptive cruise control, so you can use these buttons for the adaptive function. And obviously this is to increase the speed, and I mean, it has got ADAS tech, which is nice. The horn, oh, so meek, so bad. Automatic headlights, automatic wipers. Let's use the wipers right away. There you can see good amount of spray on offer. The wipers work really well here, which brings me to this cluster. Okay, that is a 7-inch digital unit in the center, which looks kind of weird, to be honest. It actually gets a 4.2-inch multi-information display on lower variants, which get a smaller screen here. I think it might get a 9-inch or something. But this thing, I mean, this is analog. It's the power meter. Here you get a fuel meter, here you get a temperature meter, and then you can browse through this very easily. So it shows you adaptive cruise control, it shows you what is the kind of, okay, it has a tire pressure monitor. Then why does Toyota sell that as an accessory? I have no clue. It's showing me various other aspects, and then obviously I can get into the ADAS functions, which is known as Toyota Sensing or something, and then messages and yeah, eco score, distance traveled, and the likes. 10.9 kilometers per liter is what it's saying, which is almost half of what Toyota actually claims, which isn't great as such. Okay, let's listen to an audio right away. Audio quality is average, this screen is average, this screen is not that great. Overall quality is the same as the Innova Crysta, although they have added this leather treatment, which is kind of nice. There's the tweeter, which I've already shown you. So for the most part, you can say it's a more feature-loaded Innova Crysta. But how is it to drive? Because this one is powered by a hybrid engine. Let's go. Alright, it's time to get going. It says check rear seat so that I don't leave anything behind. It shows me exactly which door is open as well. It's a little small, the graphics. It says good starting and all. It shows you the eco score. Anyways, the power button is hidden here. It tells me to apply the brake to actually turn on the car. There it's turned on. You can't hear a thing. There the Toyota logo actually comes right there. And no, the camera does not do a spin, which you expect. Air conditioning off. We get into drive mode straight away, and the parking brake is down. It asks me some caution thing that to drive safely and all that. And there, the screen is actually very boring. So the first test is obviously driving this car over such bad roads to see is it any better than the Innova Crysta. Oh, there the camera automatically activated because at lower speeds, obviously the parking sensors also activate and all, so that it's easy to park. There, the camera is showing me stuff. Why is it going on off? What's wrong with you, camera? So there, first glitch of the Innova HyCross. They need to work on that. Anyways, visibility and all is nice. The bonnet is high set, and then you get a massive view of what's around you. Like the glass area is also big enough. So it's actually good in that regard. The only thing is they have actually gone monocoque here, but the ride hasn't improved as much as I had expected it to, because the suspension seems to be on the stiffer side, and along with that, the low profile tire, you don't believe it, the camera actually shut because the battery came out of the camera because of the level of bounce. So yes, the suspension isn't as great as I had expected it to be with the monocoque platform, of course. Like I was telling you, approach angle and departure angle is the same as the Innova Crysta, not that anyone's taking it off-road. Power is channeled to the front wheels now. The Innova Crysta is obviously a rear-wheel drive vehicle, and then you can see there's a huge chance of this car scraping. That's the reason you have to actually take it like this and then turn it around. Okay, the steering has less effort, dramatically less effort, because this is now running, yeah, an electric power steering. EPS is obviously easier to use because you can see how easy it was to make a turn. In the Crysta, they are using a hydraulic steering, yes, because of which obviously it's much more effort in terms of driving, and this hybrid motor actually works quite well. So this is powered by a 2-liter petrol engine. This is running the Atkinson cycle. The non-hybrid version is obviously running the Miller cycle. Why do they run the Atkinson cycle? Atkinson cycle is a very old technology. It's traditionally known to not have great low-end punch, but with the hybrid having like full torque lower down the rev range, people use Atkinson cycle, or other companies use Atkinson cycle, so that the hybrid motor takes care of the low end grunt, and obviously the motor is able to take care of everything from the mid range. Now the thing is that this car feels peppy enough. It's made it to a eCVT. The regular 2-liter engine without the hybrid tech is actually mated to a CVT box. So obviously there is no manual, there is no diesel either. It's actually very easy to drive. On the road, the ride obviously seems better than the Innova Crysta, which had a continuous movement because of the body on frame platform and that lumpiness as well. Here there is none of that. It's just smooth. We're going to come to a halt. Brakes also feel a little bit more sure-footed. We've got rear discs now. All right, it is that time we get into sport mode. We also get the drive mode into sport. I'm going to get to the, not the tire pressure monitor. Where am I looking for? Here it is. Yep, there. I'm just going to change the mode to show you how the hybrid system is working. The battery doesn't have much charge as such. Okay, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Before that, I obviously have to turn off the traction control, which is here. Traction control off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Hazard lights off, revving the motor, and off we go. No, there is no wheel spin. Toyota claims it will go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 9.5 seconds, which is decently quick. Yeah, people are looking at the new Innova because obviously some attraction from there. Now, this engine is a 2-liter TNGA engine, which is Toyota new global architecture. In fact, this car is underpinned by the TNGA C platform, which also underpins a lot of cars. I think like the Corolla Cross or something of that sort. So basically, it's a modular platform, and they have got multiple modular platforms like the TNGA L that underpins bigger Toyota cars and also some Lexus models. Thing is, this engine is actually producing 152 horsepower and 187 Newton meters of torque. That's the engine alone. However, with the electric motor, this engine is producing a combined output of 184 horsepower and 206 Newton meters, which is decent. But the torque output, even with hybrid or even regular petrol format, is just not as much as a diesel or even as much as the Crysta petrol, which produces a lot more torque from its 2.7 liter petrol engine. Around the corners, body roll is dramatically reduced here, and yeah, torque is the name of the game. It just disappoints when it comes to torque output because 206 is fine, but for a car of this weight and size, it's not adequate enough, and the diesel has a lot more torque, like 360 Newton meters, which is insane. And then the 2.7 liter petrol, there's no replacement for displacement, also has a lot more torque. Anyways, you can feel the bumps and all over bad roads. It's not very compliant. In fact, my suitcase is flying in the last row when you like take it a little bit higher speed over bad bumps. Now, the thing is, when you're driving at low speed, this car is absolutely fantastic. It's really smooth, it's very refined, it's fantastic for the city, and in spite of its size, it's bigger in size when compared to the Innova Crysta. You don't feel the size because it doesn't require as much effort to maneuver right now, thanks to the lighter steering wheel, thanks to the monocoque platform, of course, but doesn't have the ruggedness of an Innova. An Innova Crysta feels very much rugged. Okay, this one does not. It feels a bit smooth and it feels a bit too soft as well. Onto the throttle, a little bit of wheel spin, and there's this nice continuous surge because of it being a hybrid engine running the Atkinson cycle. Now, I was telling you it's running the Miller cycle, right, for the non-hybrid version, because of which power and torque is more from that engine when compared to this engine. But then this engine has overall higher output thanks to the fact that it has also got the electric assist, and Toyota is offering an 8-year warranty on the battery, which is something which almost everyone is offering these days, whether it's full electric or hybrid. They're offering that. Plus, obviously, Plus, you won't believe the camera shut again. I hit a bump and this Innova is not able to manage only. Anyways, here we are into sport mode. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Yeah, traction control light is blinking. Didn't I not turn off traction control? Why is the traction control light again blinking? So we're going to stop here again. And it's saying traction control turned off. Again, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. Oh, it doesn't let me keep traction control off all the time, which is a bit disappointing. And then obviously we've put a lot of dust on the road. So I was saying that the battery has an 8-year warranty, and there's a 3-year regular warranty, 1 lakh kilometers, which can be extended to approximately 2.2 lakh kilometers for 5 years. And obviously standard warranties, but Toyota warranty is actually quite nice, and then obviously overall quality and all is pretty good. Now, the regular 2-liter engine with the Miller cycle is actually producing 172 horsepower and 205 Newton meters of torque. Mileage is a lot lower when compared to the hybrid. I think that's around under 16 kilometers per liter claimed one. This is 21.1 kilometer claimed with a 52-liter fuel tank, which means that it will go more than 1000 kilometers on a full tank of fuel if you're able to achieve that fuel efficiency, which is very difficult, of course. The way this car is pulling is very linear, it's very smooth, it's very refined in that regard. Ride is better than the Crysta, but not dramatically so, because I don't know, they've stiffened it and then it kind of transfers a lot inside, so you don't shake that much, but there's a lot of noise which also comes along. So that's one problem. The other problem is that overall I definitely feel that even though handling has become much better, that feel is gone. A Crysta has that feel of that ruggedness. It just feels indestructible. This feels like you go a little fast and something will break also. So that's something which we have to factor in. But then obviously better efficiency due to monocoque, something which is definitely like worth it. Anyways, we are going to take a ride from here. Steering effort is actually very nice. I mean, very easy to twirl the steering wheel. In fact, I'll take a U-turn only, and then trust me, the Crysta is a lot more difficult to do all these maneuvers which I'm doing right now. It takes a lot more effort. I don't know why the camera quality is shit, but anyways, so the thing is that this hybrid thing is actually beneficial in terms of fuel efficiency and in terms of overall performance as well, but it cannot beat a diesel. A diesel is just unparalleled. The performance of a diesel car is just so much better, and then the torque rush plus the efficiency, and then with time, the diesel engine will still give you the same type of fuel efficiency. With the battery now, after some time the battery's power is going to get depleted, and then you're screwed, honestly, because with phones also, with time the battery performance depletes. This thing is going to happen with this car as well. With time the battery will not be able to hold that much juice, and once that happens, it's not going to give you the same fuel efficiency. So Toyota is actually using a nickel hydride battery. It's not using a lithium ion one, which the Hyrider uses. The Hyrider also gets all-wheel drive. This does not get all-wheel drive. This is purely front-wheel drive, and it's not bad with being a front-wheel drive, because obviously there's so much traction, tires are wide enough. It doesn't give you all that punch immediately, so it doesn't really spin its wheels and scares you silly. I think the top speed should be around 160-170 kilometers per hour, but it's marked at 200 kilometers per hour there, which means that it should be able to manage around 160, so it should manage. Brakes are good, better than the Crysta. Obviously that nose dive is better controlled because monocoque feels one with the car unibody. Alright, left foot on the brake, revving the motor, says accelerator and brake pedals press simultaneously. I know what I'm doing, don't worry about that, and off we go. Engine is dramatically more refined than the Crysta's. There is no two ways about it. Now it also gets Toyota Sensing 3, okay, which is basically ADAS functions. It gets blind spot monitor, it gets forward collision warning, it gets automatic emergency braking, it gets adaptive cruise control, it gets automatic high beam, it also gets reverse cross traffic alert. So they've put all the safety systems in this car, which is amazing, plus 6 airbags, and obviously Toyota's build quality is also good enough. So safety wise it's good. It also gets Toyota's iConnect, which is connected car tech with a slew of features, so you can remotely turn on the car, you can do a lot of things remotely with the connected car app, including like locating your car, geofencing and whatnot. I mean, the regular bits which most people are able to do with, most cars do it, so there's nothing new there. Oh my god, the way the engine becomes vocal when you push it really very hard now. And you've got paddles here. What's the point of the paddles? Because it will not hold on to, and then there's no tachometer. It just like continuously keeps spinning. You know what? Yeah, it doesn't give me any control. These plastic paddles are so gimmicky. We get into sport mode here. Not that it makes any difference as such. The drive modes make a difference to the powertrain. That's about it. It doesn't really dramatically change the drive experience. So this car has a lot of gimmicks. It's not as raw, unfiltered and robust as the Innova Crysta, period. There's no two ways about that. Let's just stop here. Look at the revs which are coming through. Now I'll try and get into pure EV mode. It is never available. Why do you even give that button and waste space? Here we go. Horn is so meek. I think it is definitely a step up when compared to the regular Innova Crysta, because it feels so much better in so many ways. It's smoother, it's more refined, easier to drive, has more features, more comfort. Yes, it's a step up, but unfortunately the step up is also going to come in the pricing, because the price of the Innova Crysta is between 22 to 33 lakhs, okay? But they're going to discontinue the higher variants of the Innova Crysta so that they can slot in the lower variants of this particular HyCross model. And then obviously I cannot ignore the fact that the price of this car for the top end will go close to 40 lakh rupees, which is very expensive, like almost near to the Fortuner. So what they're going to do is they're going to slot this car right between the Innova Crysta and the Fortuner, and for the first time they're going to keep another Innova generation or last generation Innova on sale simultaneously. So the first generation Innova was launched in 2005 in India, was there on sale for 10 years, got a facelift in between, and then obviously the second generation came in 2015, the Crysta, and within 7 years they had to change the model again because they're facing the heat now. Yes, earlier they were a bit more relaxed, but not anymore. They have to make changes. They have to give so many features because now it's not going to fly now. Unlike before where they had no competition, they could offer whatever they wanted to customers. Now they're going the long haul and giving all the possible features under the sun to make sure that people buy this car over competition, and the competition is very stringent now. There are so many models which are offering so good features, and plus for me personally, if I'm paying 40 lakhs, I'm inclined more towards the Kia Carnival because it offers proper third row seating as well. And I don't understand, even though it's not a monocoque, frame. Sorry, it's not a body on frame platform. Why is this continuous movement happening? There's some rattle happening from behind. I got the High Rider, brand new car, rattles coming from the rear. So Toyota really needs to work on quality. Maybe tying up with Maruti Suzuki, they have kind of forgotten quality, and then cars are getting rattles, and also they become more focused on profits, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, it tells me if a rear seatbelt hasn't been worn. What are you doing? Wear your seatbelt. So that is the alarm if you're not worn the rear seatbelt. So it monitors that as well. Onto the throttle. Oh my god, the movement is so much. I just wish they could have stabilized this, but probably the Fortuner will also go hybrid and maybe monocoque. Oh my god, I'm not waiting for that day. Anyways guys, if you like this vlog, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's a like button, and also make sure you check out this awesome car perfume from Involve Your Senses. This is the Botanical Garden, which is fantastic. The smell is so refreshing, so easy to regulate like this, and then it's open right now, it doesn't leak also. It's just amazing. You can click here on the top right to get yours with a 10% discount using coupon code FASBEAM. Bye bye.